Hace mucho frío, Hola a todos y bienvenidos a un nuevo episodio de Español desde cero. And today we're going to be covering what you can read if you're learning Spanish. And starting from the very, very beginner level. If you're still very early and very beginner level, I highly recommend the Duolingo stories. And they're really cool because the stories are very simple, they're not super long. And also Duolingo allows you to kind of like answer little questions and sort of like a mini quiz to see how much of the story you understand. And they've got a bunch of stories, so it's really cool to check out. Next recommendation is from an author I really like, the name of Ollie Richards. He has a bunch of cool books. I have one of them called Short Stories in Spanish, and then I have another one called 101 Conversations in Social Media Spanish. And he kind of bridges that gap where most people who are learning a new language, they kind of don't really want to read a kid's book that's at their level, and also they don't have the ability to read a high level book because they're not at that level yet. So this is kind of something that is interesting for people, or for adults or for older people, and also covers some really cool topics. I'll also put there's probably a bunch of different types of books that he has popping up here as well. And then the nice thing about it as well is that he has a wide range from beginner level to intermediate level. Not super beginner. You still need to have some bit of a foundation, but he's got a good range of books that you can go and check out. And then the next one I recommend is checking out ChatGPT or DeepSeek. You can basically input a command or a prompt into ChatGPT or DeepSeek on whether you want to read something that's one page or you want to read a mini story or whatever the case may be. You can basically specify to ChatGPT or DeepSeek exactly the type of story you want. Maybe you say, hey, I'd like you to make a story on Batman, or maybe it's a fictional one, or you want a real one. You say make a story on the Batman v Superman movie and make it at an A2 level, and ChatGPT can do that entire thing for you. And it's a fun way to read because you're kind of creating that. And then another recommendation is if there's a book you've already read before and you're very comfortable with it. For example, some people have read Harry Potter a bunch of times. Then you can kind of buy the Spanish version. You can buy the Spanish version of Harry Potter and basically read through it. The nice thing is that you already know what's going on. So even though there might be difficult vocabulary, you're still in a good position. But thank you guys so much for watching this week's episode. If you want to catch up on our previous videos, we have a playlist right here. And see you guys next week. Cheers.